Home Studio Start podcast.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know, the show where we cut through all the noise, we sift through the sources, and really pull out those insights to get you informed fast. So tell me, have you ever been listening to a podcast, hearing these amazing stories, and just thought, hey, I could do that? I've got ideas, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But then, like, almost instantly, that little voice pops up whispering about, the cost, needing some kind of crazy expensive studio setup.
It happens all the time. It's a huge mental hurdle for people.
We hear it constantly. And look, our mission here on the Deep Dive is always about giving you practical, useful stuff. So for this Deep Dive, we're going to tackle that cost barrier head on.
Right. We want to show you that a really high-quality podcast doesn't have to drain your savings account.
Exactly.
So for this, we've pulled some really great grounded tips from a specific source. It's excerpts from a blog post called Start Your Podcast, budget-friendly gear guide.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually surprisingly detailed for something focused on budget.
And the person behind that guide, it's Rodrigo Marquez, founder of Home Studio Start.
Yeah, Rodrigo.
His whole thing is basically summed up in their slogan, home recording made easy.
Love that. Simple and clear.
Totally. So our mission today is, well, pretty straightforward. We're diving deep into how you can launch a professional sounding podcast without, taking out a loan.
It's all about being smart with your choices, resourceful.
Turning those creative ideas into reality. So yeah, let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so kicking off a podcast, that initial investment, it can feel really daunting. People picture these like elaborate setups. How do we even start thinking about it without feeling like we need a Hollywood budget?
Well, what's really great about Rodrigo's approach in the source material is the very first step he mentions. It sounds almost too simple, but it's just nail down a clear budget.
Just figure out what you can spend.
Exactly. People get stuck there. The advice is basically start with a really basic setup. Focus your energy on your content, what you want to say.
Right. The message first.
Yeah. And then plan to upgrade things later as you grow or as you figure out what you actually need. That mindset shift is huge. It goes from this massive, scary thing to something manageable, step by step.
That iterative idea makes so much sense. It takes the pressure right off. Okay, but when you say basic, what does that actually look like for someone just starting? What's the bare minimum gear they could get going with?
So when it comes to microphones, the source really highlights USB mics. They're just super user-friendly for beginners.
Plug and play, basically.
Totally. And the key thing isn't just the simplicity. It's that they often don't need a separate audio interface. That's one less technical hurdle, one less cost right away.
Okay, specifics. Any recommendations?
Yeah, Rodrigo specifically calls out the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X and the Samsung Q2U. Both are usually under $100.
Under $100. Nice.
And honestly, the sound quality you get for that price, it's surprisingly good. They really perform well above their price point.
Okay, under $100 definitely doesn't scream Hollywood budget. So, mic sorted. What about headphones? I see podcasters wearing them. But couldn't I just use my laptop speakers or something? Are they really essential?
Yeah, that's a really important point. Good closed-back headphones are pretty critical.
Closed back.
Yeah, meaning they cover your ears completely and seal the sound in. They're vital for monitoring accurately while you're recording and when you're editing.
Okay, why monitoring specifically?
Well, they let you hear exactly what the microphone is capturing in real time.
Yeah.
You can catch like background hum or maybe those harsh P&B sounds.
Oh, this is real.
Yeah, exactly. Plosives. Or any little audio glitch that you totally miss if you were just listening through speakers. The source points out the Sony MDR 7506. They're kind of an industry standard, around $100.
Okay.
And even cheaper, the Audio-Technica ATH M20X, often under $50. Both give you really good clarity for the money. Basically, you hear what your listener will hear.
Makes sense. No nasty surprises after you publish. So we've got hardware, microphones, headphones. What about the software side, the editing stuff? Surely that's where the big costs come in.
You'd think so, right? But this is actually where it gets really empowering. Rodrigo makes a strong point about powerful, totally free software options.
Free, like actually free.
Yep. Audacity is a big one. It's open source, works on pretty much everything. And honestly, it has more than enough features for most podcast editing needs. Mixing, cutting, effects, it's all there.
Wow. Okay.
And if you happen to be an Apple user, GarageBand comes pre-installed on those Macs. Again, totally free and perfectly capable for putting together great-sounding episodes.
You don't need to spend anything on software to get started.
Not a dime. It's just about using the great tools that are already out there.
That's incredible. Free software, super affordable hardware. This is already sounding way more doable than people probably think. But what if someone wants to stretch that budget even further? Any tricks beyond just buying new gear cheap?
Yeah, there's a really savvy tip in the source that often gets overlooked. Check out the secondhand market.
Ah, like used stuff.
Exactly. Places like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, they can be gold mines. Podcasters upgrade gear all the time, so you can often find really high-quality mics, interfaces, whatever, gently used for way less than retail.
That's smart. Get more bang for your buck.
Totally. You might even jump up a tier in quality sooner than you thought. Just, make sure to check seller ratings and descriptions carefully.
Good advice. Okay, so the basic setup is covered, and it's surprisingly affordable. Now let's talk about maybe leveling up a bit. For folks who are ready to maybe invest a little more to enhance their sound but still keep it budget-friendly, what's the next logical step? What gear starts to make a bigger difference?
Right, when you want to refine things further, an audio interface often comes next. Its main job is crucial. It takes the analog signal from a non-USB microphone.
Like an XLR mic.
Exactly, like an XLR mic, and converts it into digital audio your computer can work with smoothly. The Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 gets mentioned a lot. It's super popular, a real workhorse, usually around $160.
Okay. And the 2i2 means two inputs.
Yep, great if you plan to have a co-host or maybe interview guests in person or even plug in an instrument. It gives you flexibility.
Right.
But for solo podcasters just needing one mic input, the Behringer UMC22 is a really solid entry-level choice too. Often around $50.
50? Wow. Okay, so interfaces aren't necessarily super expensive either.
Not at all, especially starting out.
What about mixers then? I always picture mixers with all those knobs and sliders in, like music studios. What do they offer that's different from an interface? Is that something a podcaster needs?
Good question. Mixers offer a different kind of control, mostly about adjusting levels, maybe adding effects in real time.
So like while you're recording.
Yeah. That can be really handy if you have multiple people talking or if you're mixing in music or sound effects live. The Yamaha MG10 is a popular one, around $150, known for being easy to use with multiple inputs.
Okay.
And then there's something like the Behringer Xenix Q1204 USB, maybe around $189. What's cool there is it actually includes a USB interface built in, so it's kind of like a mixer and interface combined.
Oh, interesting. Best of both worlds.
Sort of. Rodrigo's point in the source is really to think about your specific needs. Are you mostly solo? An interface might be simpler and perfectly fine. Planning lots of guests, live music, a mixer might give you that needed flexibility.
Makes sense. Assess your show's format.
And always, always test your setup before you actually record anything important.
Crucial advice. Test runs save headaches. Now, okay, beyond the bigger pieces like mics and interfaces, what about those small accessories, the things that maybe don't seem like a big deal but actually have a big impact?
Ah, yes, the unsung heroes. These are huge and often really cheap. Pop filters, for starters.
The little screen thingy in front of the mic?
Exactly. You can get one like the Aokio Professional Microphone Pop Filter for maybe $10. And they make a massive difference in reducing those harsh P&B sounds, the plosives we mentioned. They just smooth things out so much.
$10 for smoother sound. That's a no-brainer.
Totally. And then microphone stands. Don't just prop your mic on books. A decent boom arm, like the newer microphone boom arm, maybe around $20, lets you position the mic perfectly.
Why is positioning so important?
It's key for getting consistent volume, speaking directly into the mic, and minimizing picking up room noise or keyboard clicks. Optimal position, better sound. These little things genuinely lift your audio quality.
It's amazing how those small, cheap additions can make it sound way more pro. Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk environment. Because, like I said, even the best mic won't sound great in a terrible room, right? An echo chamber or whatever.
You are absolutely right. The room you record in is just as important as your gear. Maybe even more so sometimes.
So we need soundproofing. Sounds expensive.
Not necessarily. And this is where the source gets really creative with budget solutions using stuff you probably already have.
Oh, like what?
Think thick blankets or comforters. Seriously, you can hang them on walls or drape them over windows, and they do a surprisingly good job of dampening sound, absorbing those echoes.
So I can just use my duvet.
Pretty much. You're basically creating a temporary, soft, sound-absorbing space around your mic.
My grandma's quilt is my secret podcasting weapon. I love it. I always thought I'd need, proper acoustic panels everywhere. What else works?
Rugs or carpets on the floor make a big difference, too. Hard floors reflect sound like crazy. Soft surfaces absorb it.
Makes sense.
And here's the classic, surprisingly effective tip that Rodrigo includes: recording in a closet.
Wait, seriously, a closet?
Yeah, all those clothes hanging in there. They act as natural sound absorbers. It creates this small, dead space that can actually sound really good, and it costs nothing. Lots of pros started that way.
A closet studio. Who knew? That's amazing resourcefulness. Okay, but what if someone wants something a bit more permanent? Or maybe their closet isn't an option. Are there DIY soundproofing projects that are still cheap?
Definitely. The source mentions making your own DIY acoustic panels. You can use affordable materials like dense foam or even recycled cotton insulation. Build a simple wood frame, wrap it in some fabric. Done.
Fabric so it looks okay.
Exactly. There are tons of tutorials online showing you how. It's way cheaper than buying pre-made professional panels.
Okay, DIY panels. Good option. What about those egg cartons people used to stick on walls? Do they actually work?
The egg carton myth. Okay, Rodrigo addresses this too. They are not good for sound absorption. They don't really stop sound waves.
Oh.
So useless.
Well, they can provide a tiny bit of sound diffusion, meaning they scatter sound waves slightly. But for the kind of sound control you need for podcasting, which is mostly absorption, they're basically useless. You're much better off with actual acoustic foam panels if you want an easy install option. They're relatively affordable, too. Good to know. Myth busted. Okay, so we've covered gear from basic to slightly upgraded, software, cheap accessories, and even making your room sound better for free or cheap. Let's kind of zoom back out. What are the overall smart shopping strategies to tie this all together? How do you make sure you're being sustainable with your podcasting budget?
Right, bringing it all together. Rodrigo's guide really hammers home a few core ideas for smart shopping. First, always read reviews. Don't just look at the price tag, see what other users are saying about the quality and durability.
Makes sense. Avoid buying junk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Second, look for bundle deals. Sometimes you can get a mic, headphones, and maybe a stand together on places like Amazon for less than buying them separately.
Oh, yeah, those starter kits.
Sometimes they're good value,
Yeah.
yeah. And third, we mentioned it, but it's worth repeating. Seriously consider secondhand. eBay, local marketplaces. You can save a lot.
Check that pre-loved gear.
The main goal really is maximizing what your equipment can do for you without just throwing money at the flashiest thing. Be strategic. Be discerning. It's not just about being cheap, it's about being smart.
Strategic choices. Love that. Okay, we've spent a lot of time on the tech, the gear, the room, but let's get real. Beyond all the equipment, what does Rodrigo's article say is really at the heart of a successful podcast? What actually keeps people listening?
And this is probably the most important takeaway, honestly. The source makes it super clear. Gear is important, yes, but engaging content and consistency, that's paramount.
The actual show itself.
Exactly. Think about Rodrigo Marquez himself, the author. He's got like 25 years of music production. He's helped thousands of people. His whole mission is making this stuff accessible.
Right.
His success and the success of the podcasters he helps isn't just about having fancy gear. It's about having something unique to say, a story to tell, insights to share. That's what connects with listeners.
So the tech just helps deliver the message.
Precisely. People tune in for you. Your perspective, your voice, your value. The high-quality audio just makes it a more pleasant experience for them to receive that message. Your content is the real asset.
That's such a key point. Takes the focus off just buying stuff and puts it back where it belongs. On creativity, on the message. Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive. What's the main thing we want everyone listening to take away today?
I think the core message is pretty simple and hopefully really empowering. Starting a great sounding podcast, something you can be proud of, is absolutely doable on a budget.
Totally achievable.
Yeah. If you have the right info, you're a bit resourceful, you have that clear vision, you can make it happen without emptying your wallet.
Absolutely. And now that you know how to set up shop without breaking the bank, here's maybe a final thought to chew on. What unique voice, what stories, what ideas are you holding back? What are you ready to share with the world?
Yeah. What's stopping you now? You know it's possible.
Exactly. What's holding you back from hitting that record button? Seriously, remember, every single great podcaster out there, they once stood exactly where you might be right now, maybe feeling a bit unsure, maybe worried about the cost.
Everyone starts somewhere.
So take this knowledge, take that spark of an idea you've got, and just step into it. The world of podcasting is waiting. Your audience is waiting. Go hit record.